Hi, everybody. I hope you're all well. And as always, I appreciate your support and sharing your time with me. Okay, let's talk gossip. Let's lower ourselves to Harkles standards today and talk about their nonsense. And nonsense it will be because we have no proof. But what I have is a lot of strange things happening in the background. Let's just say that in the past, I actually made a comment saying that a certain YouTube creator is getting fed stuff, fed information, because she is being used to tell stories which they, whoever they are, want to put out in the media, whether social media or mainstream. Harry spoke about palaces and offices pitching against each other, and if there's one thing he was not lying about, it is that. Lord Guyot was actually the one who tried to combine the offices of the then Prince Charles and the Queen into one at Buckingham Palace, but it did not work. There was so much fighting, manipulation, tears, and underhandedness going on that eventually the offices were split again, and Charles disliked Lord Guyot ever since. Although the Queen thought otherwise, she thought he was a very wise man, etc. But as you know, that did not mean much, and Lord Guyot was worked out of the office, so to speak. Yes, the Queen kept him close and kept close tabs on Lord Guyot because she thought, as I said, he was wise and she knew that he was loyal. So when Meghan obviously needed help, the Queen called Lord Guyot in for a short stint at babysitting Meghan Markle. However, I digress completely. Just like I thought that someone was manipulating another creator somewhat, I am now feeling that it is happening to me. Remember, I told you I'm getting these anonymous DMs and email encouraging me to keep talking about the Harkle children. Well, I still do. And I keep saying, what more is there to say? I can't keep repeating myself. And then whoever is behind these accounts would send me some tidbit. They would say, oh, look at this, or look at that, or, go here, go there. Anyway, it's difficult for me to actually absorb or understand this. I mean, I keep saying, who are you? Who are you really? They may have a pseudonym or whatever in the email or in the DM, but who are they really? I mean, I can't and won't build a narrative around something I don't know who or where it is coming from. Of course, I make notes and I try to research and find something to support what I receive. And sometimes I can and sometimes I can't. But at the end of the day, the question remains, why would anyone want to do this? Why forward this kind of information or tidbit to a lowly YouTuber? Yes, it is different when it is a subscriber who heard something or saw something or who is sharing an opinion. I mean, tips come in all the time, and I love it because it leads me to topics to talk about and even research. But what I'm talking about here is different. These are the kind of messages which are attempting to tell me what I should talk about in my videos and the kind of information which is not what we usually talk about or even think about as outsiders just reporting on the royal family. So I find it all very strange and it makes me slightly uncomfortable to say the least. Anyway, like you all, I'm hearing a lot about the couple splitting up and an impending divorce. Well, my dear friends, I have been telling you since last year that something has changed between Harry and Meghan since the Queen's funeral. And that I absolutely 100% believe, firstly and mostly because one of the persons who gave me certain information in this regard is someone who gave me information previously which turned out to be 100% true and factual. Turned out it proved to be correct. I also, however, believe that whatever drama started after the Queen's funeral, because it is indeed the time at which we started seeing a change in their body language. So, is it really happening? Are all these stories about staying in chalets and hotel rooms instead of going home, etc., are these stories true? Well, it appears so. I think I told you this before, namely that Harry and friends like Nacho Figueras and Nicky Scott do sometimes spend time at those chalets or bungalows. They are seen exercising in the gym, having drinks at the bar, etc. And then they tend to stay a day or two, etc. But Megan does that herself. I mean, she stayed at San Ysidro Ranch for a few days, and then she basically just says that she wants to work uninterrupted or she's taking a break to recharge, or whatever the case may be. Well, in her case, I guess you really need a serious break if and when you work exactly 1 hour per week. But let's leave that there. Megan is also said to have a semi-permanent suite in a hotel near her agent's office in Beverly Hills. But does all of that mean a divorce? There are rumors that Harry and Meghan already split their assets last year or beginning of this year, I can't remember, which is absolutely not impossible. But even that does not mean a divorce. Couples who have separate business interests and separate lines of income may share living expenses but keep their businesses and its assets completely separate. So none of what we are speculating on can or will actually prove that there is a divorce on the card. But put it all together, and it does not paint a pretty picture. So, as far as the relationship and marriage are concerned, I think there is enough evidence that the relationship is not what it was, that there are difficulties and loads of disagreement, some indeed more rowdy and noisy than others. And that is how we know, because some people actually heard it. I have, however, asked someone who used to be friendly with the couple until about 18 months to 2 years ago, and was told that she agrees that regardless of how difficult things may get, Harry will fight against a divorce for as long as he can, as he has been warned and briefed on U.S. custody laws. She says that she feels Harry would be very perturbed as to what will wait for him. Where will he go, or what will he do if Meghan divorces him? She says she has not been in contact with anyone close to the royal family recently, but she says, knowing William and Harry, it is highly unlikely that Harry reached out to William willing to negotiate a truce in order to make it easier for him to return to the United Kingdom and the royal family. According to her, the two men are equally stubborn, and Harry would rather contact his father and try and negotiate with him than his brother. She says in her circle of friends, the one thing they do agree on is that Harry will likely never return to Britain on a permanent basis. It is thus their opinion that even if there is a divorce, Harry will hang around in the United States, working from there, making the United States his base, even if he travels to Africa and New Zealand for some of his projects. Anyway, and talking about him coming to Africa to make a documentary, I tried to get some people to actually give me an opinion on how they feel about Harry coming to South Africa to make a nature conservation documentary. Well, most of those whom I asked just laughed. One said, Harry Attenborough does not sound right. Another said, well, what do you expect? We have some good weed here. Well, he said stuff, but I know exactly what he meant. At this point, it is thus clear that those who know who Harry is don't take him seriously and could not give a fig what he does or do not do. And I think Harry knows that, and I think it upsets and bothers him. You know, it is harder to know that people just don't care than to accept them not liking you or criticizing you. When people are upset with you, they still care, and that is why you have the power to upset them. But when they stop caring, except to see you as a joke, that is when things get rough and indeed very lonely. Okay, guys, I'm preparing the next mystery video for the other channel and working on something unexpectedly surprising on this channel. But please know that because of the bit of awkwardness I'm experiencing at the moment, it is taking a little longer as I am checking and double checking. But the next big question or revelation is indeed coming. So, until we meet again on the next video, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.